Enlivex Therapeutics, reprogramming the immune system for better health. Welcome back to Tech Future Facts. Today, we're diving into the world of biopharmaceuticals and exploring a company with a revolutionary approach to treating a wide range of diseases. We're talking about Enlivex Therapeutics, or ENLV, on the stock market. Enlivex isn't your typical drug developer. They're focused on a unique strategy: reprogramming the body's own immune system to fight disease more effectively. Their lead drug candidate, Allocetra, takes center stage in this approach. Allocetra, a new way to balance the immune system. Many diseases involve an imbalance in the immune system. Allocetra works differently than traditional drugs. Instead of targeting specific pathogens or symptoms, it focuses on reprogramming macrophages, a type of immune cell, to a healthier state. These reprogrammed macrophages can then better manage inflammation and fight off infection or tissue damage. Enlivex has been busy putting Allocetra through its paces. They've conducted a number of studies in the lab using different disease models. But more importantly, they've also treated over 100 patients with Allocetra, and the early results are promising. ENLV provided Allocetra to a critically ill COVID-19 patient who was basically saying goodbye to his family. Doctors thought he wouldn't make it through the night, but then he received Allocetra, and within hours his condition completely turned around. He was even able to go home from the hospital just a few days later. Allocetra was also used on a patient with a vanishing bone disease that caused their shoulder joint to crumble. This person had been in the hospital for months with no improvement. But after receiving a special treatment with Allocetra, their inflammation went away, and they were able to leave the hospital after 5 weeks. They haven't needed to be readmitted in the 3 years since. The science behind Allocetra's effectiveness. Allocetra's ability to reprogram macrophages hinges on a specific cellular interaction. During healthy cell death, apoptotic cells release signals that macrophages are naturally designed to recognize. These signals trigger macrophages to clear away the dying cells and promote tissue repair. However, in certain diseases, this natural process goes awry. Apoptotic cells accumulate, and macrophages become dysfunctional, leading to chronic inflammation. Allocetra leverages this natural communication pathway. By mimicking the signals from apoptotic cells, Allocetra effectively retrains macrophages to a pro-resolution state. These reprogrammed macrophages can then effectively clear apoptotic cells, dampen inflammation, and promote healing. A safe and convenient therapy. Allocetra's advantages. One of the key advantages of Allocetra is its positive safety profile. Clinical trials have shown it to be well tolerated by patients. Additionally, Allocetra is a unique type of cell therapy formulated as a frozen solution. This allows for easy storage and transportation, making it an off-the-shelf therapy readily available for use in hospitals. This frozen formulation eliminates the need for complex manufacturing processes typically required for cell therapies, making Allocetra a more scalable and potentially cost-effective treatment option. Market opportunities, UTIs and beyond. Enlivex is initially targeting Allocetra for 2 significant market opportunities: urinary tract infection, UTI, originated sepsis, and knee osteoarthritis. Let's break down the potential of each. UTI sepsis. This is a serious complication of UTIs where the infection enters the bloodstream and can lead to organ failure. There are currently no approved drugs specifically for UTI sepsis. Knee osteoarthritis. This is a degenerative joint disease causing pain and stiffness. Current treatments primarily manage symptoms, but Allocetra offers the potential to modify the disease process by addressing the underlying inflammation. Let's dive deeper into the news from Enlivex's recent Phase 2 sepsis trial. Standalone analysis of patients treated with Allocetra showed substantial reduction in organ failure. The data demonstrated a significant decrease in organ failure scores, SOFA, by day 28. This reduction was most pronounced in patients with UTI-originated sepsis, with a remarkable 90% decrease. Reductions of 68% and 36% were also observed in patients with community-acquired pneumonia and internal abdominal infections, respectively. Before being administered Allocetra, the treatment group had presented a 20% higher frequency of septic shock in compared to placebo, and a 35% higher frequency of invasive ventilation, so due to the trial randomization, the treatment group were potentially in a more severe disease state prior to treatment, which can impact the analysis of the results. Potential for UTI sepsis treatment. The dramatic reduction in SOFA scores for UTI-linked sepsis suggests Allocetra may be particularly effective for this high-risk patient population. UTIs are a common source of sepsis, accounting for up to 31% of cases and millions of deaths annually. Based on this data, Enlivex is considering a follow-on controlled study focusing solely on high-risk UTI sepsis patients. Favorable safety profile. The trial reassuringly showed no serious adverse events linked to Allocetra treatment. In fact, the incidence of treatment-related side effects was lower compared to the placebo group. A strong management team at the helm Enlivex is led by a team with a proven track record of success. Shane Novick, the company's executive chairman and largest individual shareholder, is a prime example. Before Enlivex, Mr. Novick founded Prolor Biotech, which grew into a publicly traded company on the NYSE, and was eventually acquired by Pfizer in a $560 million deal. Prolor's lead drug, somatrogon, is now approved in several regions worldwide. This experience in navigating the biopharmaceutical landscape bodes well for Enlivex's future. Market opportunity. A multi-billion-dollar potential. If commercially successful, Allocetra has the potential to address a massive unmet medical need in two key areas. UTI sepsis. UTIs are incredibly common, affecting millions of people annually. Up to 31% of sepsis cases originate from UTIs, translating to millions of deaths worldwide. With no current approved drug specifically for UTI-induced sepsis, Allocetra could become a leading treatment option in this billion-dollar market. Knee osteoarthritis. This chronic condition affects hundreds of millions of people globally, causing significant pain and disability. Current treatments primarily manage symptoms, but Allocetra's potential to modify the underlying disease process positions it as a groundbreaking therapy. The global osteoarthritis market is expected to reach over $60 billion by 2028, highlighting the significant commercial opportunity for Allocetra in this space. Looking ahead. A promising future for Enlivex. Enlivex's approach to targeting the immune system with Allocetra holds promise for a wide range of diseases. Enlivex is well-positioned to make a significant impact on the future of healthcare, particularly for patients suffering from UTI-induced sepsis. Disclaimer. The information contained in this podcast episode is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Investing in stocks involves inherent risks, and Enlivex Therapeutics, ENLV, is a development stage company. We strongly advise you to conduct your own thorough research and due diligence before making any investment decisions. This should include, but is not limited to, reviewing Enlivex's SEC filings, consulting with a qualified financial advisor, and understanding the risks associated with investing in early-stage biotechnology companies. Please note that past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. The data mentioned from the Phase 2 sepsis trial is preliminary, and further clinical trials are required to confirm the efficacy of Allocetra.